I just love the Japanese domestic market. I know this one particularly was built in England, but it's still obviously Honda, a Japanese brand. And I don't know, I started off with a Ford as my first car. Didn't really sit that well with me. I liked it, it was a good run-around car, but I then went on to an EP2 Civic and started to get the bug. It was like a little entry level into it. Unfortunately, that car got written off by a 17-year-old kid who just passed his test, and started looking around, thought, why not upgrade a bit? I've got the payout. I've always wanted to get something a bit sportier. Started looking at Type Rs. This model of Type R had a lot more creature comforts than the previous model. Things like cruise control, comfy seats, and all the rest of that. Automatic like white lights and wipers. So I decided, yeah, let's go for the newer Type R, as it was. This particular Type R is the last of the naturally aspirated 2-litre models, producing 198 horsepower. I've done a lot of work to it since then. So the engine components, all the bolt-ons for naturally aspirated have been completely reworked. So I've got a CPL Racing induction kit, a RRC manifold, induction manifold, the FD2 throttle body. I've changed to the TDI North cams, so I've even gone to the point of changing the cams over. It's got a CPL Racing DCAT manifold for the exhaust and a custom made 2.5-inch dual exit exhaust on the rear. So yeah, it's now, I've had it completely remapped with ECU tech, and it's now producing 253, still naturally aspirated. You can obviously spend a lot more money, go down the turbo or supercharged route, which I'm considering in the future. But for now, 253, stripping the weight out, getting as light as possible is definitely good enough for me. Who made me take to the races? Well, I started off my own car club. So I was driving around, seeing all these other cars, all these other modified Hondas. There wasn't really any kind of local organisation, any local club that you can just kind of go, hey, let's get together, I don't know, on a Sunday morning and go for a drive. So I created Hampshire Honda Crew. We've got now on about 600 odd members, all, or at least mostly Hampshire based. And if anyone wants to go to a car show, to the track, wants advice, or anything like that, people just get together through that. This year we're attending JDM Coombe, Jap Fest at Silverstone, and Simply Jap at Bewley. And at Jap Fest and JDM Coombe I'll be going on the track for a couple of sessions each time. Then hopefully later in the year or next year I'll be able to take it out on an actual track day when things reopen. But yeah, it wasn't any particular one person, it was just the club kind of all wanted to go to the shows. First got introduced to the track at a show. Not the best kind of way to do track, you haven't got the best kind of driver level of experience there. But it's a good introductory level, it's pretty cheap to do a few like 20-minute, half-an-hour sessions. So yeah, the club as a whole is what drove me to kind of start going on track. Went on track once and I got the bug, and ever since I've been trying to build the car up to be better and better on the track. I suppose obviously I spoke about the engine modifications. The other modifications done, obviously I've done a lot of suspension work. So I've got yellow speed coilovers all round. I've upgraded the brakes, so I've got Megane RS Brembo calipers, upgraded the discs to ones of 350Z, Ferodo DS2500 pads, Hell braided lines. Obviously I've done some aero work, you can see the canards and the splitter. Whether they actually work is all debatable, haven't got it in a wind tunnel yet, but they look kind of cool and they might work. They might make things worse, I know the argument behind it, but I'm willing to take the risk whether they work or not. On the suspension side, I've got full white line anti-roll bar front and rear, just stiffen everything up as much as possible. Engine mounts and gearbox mounts are all polyurethaned through the Tegawa polyurethane engine mounts. There's so many things I could probably go into. Tyres, I've got NS2Rs, Nankang NS2Rs on, probably AR1s I'll be changing them to. Yes. Pretty much it for the major modifications. Oh, and the Quaife limited slip diff, that's quite an important one.